every day. I don't tell as many stories on Technical Tuesday. I know that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. But it's Technical Tuesday. So if there's a technical tool that you want me to use, when you pull up your stock, put it in that technical tool you want me to look at. Okay? Whether it's an indicator or moving average, we'll take a look at it. Yesterday, I beat up on Bollinger Bands like I normally do. I showed you guys my crab patterns, but technicals, guys, you guys and gals need to learn the technicals if you're not using them. Fundamentals are great. Technicals make you even greater. Fundamentals are not even great anymore. Fundamentals are good, guys, but you use the technicals to see when the fundamentals are actually going to happen. Like fundamentally, Apple is a great company. Fundamentally, it's a great company, but technically, where do you buy it? That's when you become that's when you start becoming way better at buying things than all of your friends and your family members. All right, most of us are the pioneers. Most of us are pioneers in our family. We're like the first to buy stocks, first to buy options, first to buy crypto, right? First to make 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures in some cases in the stock market, and it's not in your 401k. So we got a lot of pioneers in this room. And the reason, guys, is because the technicals weren't even around. The technicals, you had to be rich. Guys, 25 years ago, you had to be rich to get some of the technicals that we're using today. And now you've added AI? That's why the market can't tell us nothing. You guys know that, do you guys know that hedge funds, pension funds, they're now using the little man, which is us. They're looking at the little man to see where the market's going to go because they've said that over the past decade, we've been more correct than anyone. How about that? It's driving financial people crazy. They're not even telling you guys these numbers. The little man has been kicking the money manager's butt. They're like, nah, these cats are smart now. They know when to get in, when to get out, and because they're nimble, they know how to do it. But it's because we're using the technicals and the fundamentals. So if you're not using the technicals, this is the place to come to learn. All right. Now, every now and then, I'll do a 30-day session. I usually do. Like after golf season, it's August now? Usually in September, October, November, December, I'll do a 30-day something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a 30 days of technicals where for 30 days we learn about a different technical every day. Now, I'm wondering if I should do that because I might lose a bunch of followers if I do that, right? I might gain some. I don't know. When I first started doing lives on TikTok, I only had like 10 people. I only had like 10 followers. And that's not because I'm not popular. It's just because I wasn't familiar with the TikTok platform, and I thought TikTok was all about dancing, even though that's what I do. It's like, Joel, you play music and dance too? I'm like, yeah, I do, but it's a little bit different. It's not what I expected it to be. And I haven't even been on this platform for a year yet. November will make a year. All right, I got on last November. Was it November or was it before that? I think it was November. You got to look at my thing. I was on probably about 7 or 8 years ago. And then I didn't do anything for like 5, 6 years. I got on there trying to be cool with my kids. I was like, my kids are on it. Let me get on there and dance too. And then I didn't look at it again until just recently. And I believe I got on at the right time because none of this stuff that we're using right now, as far as a live host, this wasn't even available. This wasn't available 5 or 7 years ago. Just like a bunch of the technicals that we use, guys, these technicals that we're using right now, you didn't have access to 20, 25 years ago, unless you are really, really good at what you do. It's just like crypto. Be 17 that it became a little bit easier for the average person to buy. Cause I'm not technically sound at all. Like I'm when it comes to technicals, even though I understand it and I embrace it, it drives me crazy. Like I have to have people show me how to do it first, run me through it. I have to study it for like a minute before I fully like understand how to use it. So when I got into crypto in 2018, it must have been easy for the average person to buy because I didn't even ask anybody how to do it. I pretty much taught myself how. But my first technical class that I ever took was way back in 2006 or 7, one of those years. It was before the real estate financial crisis. I was looking to diversify my investments into the stock market. None of my friends, not a single one of my friends knew about, well, they knew about stocks. If they did know about it, they ain't mentioned it to me. Nobody around me knew what stocks were. They didn't know what options were. They didn't know what futures were. Crypto wasn't around yet. A lot of people were doing Forex, but like there was nobody around me that can teach me, right? So I tell people this all the time. The best class, the best $250 I ever spent on anything education. And I've only spent 10,000. This is how much I've spent total on education. $10,250. I spent $250 to take a class with this company called InvestTools. InvestTools used to be Thinkorswim until Thinkorswim bought them out, made InvestTools Thinkorswim. TD Ameritrade came along, bought Thinkorswim. Charles Schwab came around and bought TD Ameritrade. So I was there in the beginning before it even became Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is what I use on an everyday basis. I spent $250, flew all the way from Atlanta to Indiana to take a class that they were only offering in 7 or 8 states because they weren't that big at that time. And there was really no other kind of class that I could take. I was looking online. At that time, guys, we didn't have like the search engine we had back then was horrible. So to even find InvestTools, I don't even know how I did it. But I flew all the way out to Indiana just to learn support, resistance, and trend lines. And what a candlestick was. It was a 2-day course during the winter in Indiana. My ticket cost more than the class. I had to use my mother-in-law's car. I drove her car in the snow because in the wintertime, it's snow in Indiana every day. In Georgia, if you get a half an inch, the whole city shuts down. But in Indiana, it can be 3 feet. Nobody cares. So I'm driving in 3 feet of snow to class. Best $250 I ever spent because it opened me up to the other side of what a lot of you guys are not using. See, I understood the fundamentals. I kind of knew what a stock was and buying a stock, but I had no idea how to technically buy it. And to be honest, I still to this day don't know how. I don't even know why I even did it. Like I'm to this day, guys, I'm like, what gave me the drive to do that? Like, that's some wild. I flew all the way into another city just to learn some technicals. What was I on back then? I just guess that's just what I did. I I don't know. I've always been ahead of my time. And I know a lot of you guys are like, nah, this has been around forever. It hasn't, guys. The average person learning how to trade and learning the technical part of the market, people have been doing it for years, but it wasn't common. You had to go into these really, really expensive classes. And what's funny is that $10,250 I keep saying is interesting because it was $250 and then they got me. They got me. It's education. It's education season now, guys. I'm telling this story so that you don't get got. I'm telling you this story so you don't get got. I felt so good about myself after taking that $250 class over a 2-day session. I felt like I've made that first step into my investing and trading journey. I felt great about myself. I felt like I was on the right path. It led me to what I'm doing right now. And on the last day, right at the end of the class, and all week long, the teachers that came in, guys, they were dressed, back then you couldn't really, it wasn't really the social media Zuckerberg, Zuckerberg made it popular Steve Jobs made it popular to not wear a suit, when they're doing their, earnings calls. Then Zuckerberg took it to another level. And whether you guys say it or not, Zuckerberg is the reason why people accept CEOs in hoodies. Zuckerberg showed up to his IPO in a black hoodie and Wall Street went crazy. They was like, oh, how dare you? How dare you make billions of dollars today in your hoodie? And he was like, why would I wear anything else? Like, I'm the CEO. Like, who said you got to wear a suit to make money? And that's when the whole trading and investing world started to change. If I even see anybody with a suit on or a tie that's trying to educate somebody, I'm like, scammity scam, scam, scam. You ain't get the memo. You still on that 1970s, 1980s. Hey, you got to go to the bank. Like, guys, why would we wear suits to the bank to get a loan? What I have on was based off of if they were going to approve me or not. It sure was. Even though nobody wanted to say that, that certain people didn't get things and certain people did. To this day, my mom, my parents would be like, why would you go to that meeting, Joel, dressed like that? Look at how you're dressed. Even my wife got me hooked to this. Like guys, I think I got a small case of OCD, right? So if you have two different pair of socks on that are different colors, it would drive me absolutely crazy. Like when I would see these young kids wear one Nike shoe and then the other Nike shoe would be the opposite color, it would drive me absolutely crazy. Now, I wash my clothes. Whatever sock comes out in the second sock, I just put them together and it's like, who cares? Now, I listen, I will. Now, the socks do have to be the same size and they got to be the same pattern. Like you can't have a dress sock with like a with like a compression sock. Now, if you got a compression sock on and a dress sock, then that would drive me crazy because I'll be slipping with one foot and then the other foot would be grabbing the concrete. I ain't doing that. But I had to get over that ridiculous BS that we were programmed to do. We were always programmed to, y'all know we are programmed to judge people. Judgy eyes. That's why you guys will never see me doing a TikTok live with a suit and tie on. Shoot quote me if you see me with if I got on a suit and tie, times is bad over at the Harrison household. Because I'm obviously in sales mode. I'm like, I gotta do whatever I can to get these little coins. Look at me, guys. I got on a tie. Look at how I tied it, too. It's perfect. Look at my watch I have on. Look at my power watch. I got on the power watch, guys. The power watch in the suit. Cass is still running that same game plan. And now, unless you're a lawyer, if you're a lawyer, you gotta wear a suit. You just got to. There are certain industries you just gotta wear a suit. The only people that should be wearing suits these days is lawyers and criminals. Lawyers and criminals trying not to go to jail, so they got on a suit too. See, I don't deserve to be in jail. I got on a suit, Mr. Judge. All right, I drive my parents crazy. They're like, why do you have on that? Why do you have on that? Why do you look like that? I didn't bring you up like that. Why do you look like that? Why don't you have on your Sunday's best? Because who the heck am I trying to impress? Well, who I'm trying to impress? It's the 100-aires and the 1,000-aires that got on suits. That's how you can tell who got on suits and who don't. I got to put on a suit so you can feel comfortable, man. Get out of here. If you see a TikTok live and somebody got a suit on, run. Why you in your house with a suit on? You know you didn't wake up and put on your suit and tie. Why you got a suit and tie on in the dark in some room in your office? Something ain't right. So I know how to spot scammers. So anyway, back to the story. What time is it? 7:30? I almost got through it. All right. So I went off. I took my technical class. I'm in class. The teachers that were teaching the class, they had on their white button downs and their slacks. Like they wasn't full hoodie mode yet. They weren't full hoodie mode yet. They weren't black, or the black shirt, the all black outfit. They weren't quite there yet. Because if they had done that, people would have they would have just walked out. How dare my teacher not have on slacks and a shirt? I'm going to call Investools. Investools, do you know your teachers here are not dressed appropriate? I paid $250 to see somebody in slacks and penny loafers. What is this? Are we in Decatur, Georgia? Why when y'all come to Georgia, y'all think Decatur, Georgia is the hood? Like everybody that come to Georgia, they be like, where you live? I be like, Decatur. They be like, ooh, you live in the hood of Georgia. I'm like, the hood? I'm like, there was lawyers, engineers, doctors. The VP of Chick-fil-A lived in my neighborhood. The my ex-girlfriend, her dad owned 2 McDonald's. My best friend's father was a corporate lawyer. Judgy, you're judgy. Decatur, oh my God. I see why you're the way you are, Joel. I can hear it in your voice. You sound just like T.I. Little judgy people. Y'all been judging your whole lives. So I go to this class. I'm the only black person there. I'm the only young black male there. So everybody looking at me like, who is he? Who invited him? Who invited him to the cookout? Ain't nobody said nothing to me. He must be some rapper with some money. And yes, I was there with my suit on, my suit on too. Everybody else got on a t-shirt. I got on a full double-breasted suit in class. Full suit on, vest and everything. Shiny shoes, matching socks. In class. I don't want anybody to know. I want to blend in with everyone. Oh, he must work for Goldman Sachs. Definitely not from Decatur. Where are you from, Decatur, Georgia? I didn't get that. You weren't giving off Decatur, Georgia vibes. North Decatur? South Decatur? Must be North Decatur. No, South Decatur. Blacator. You must have investments down there. Investment properties? Nah, I live there. Oh, there it is. There's the Decatur. So I took a class, and then I took a technical class with InvestTools. I learned support, resistance, trend lines, what a candlestick was. And it took 2 days to learn all of that because, guys, I didn't know what a chart was. They taught us how to log in to this platform. They taught us what a candlestick was. They taught us time frames. I was like, oh my God, none of my friends know this. This must be the Illuminati. So then at the end of class, and I'm warning you guys, because this is what they just did to y'all at InvestFest. They always reel you in, and it's cool. They always reel you in either on a free class or they'll reel you in on something that you paid a little bit for. But you always never get what you think that you're gonna get. Like you pay for a class, right? And it's already a little bit out of your budget. So you're like, you know what? It's $1,200. I would have paid $1,000. It's $1,200. I'm just gonna pay the $1,200. And then for $1,200, you don't feel like you got $1,200 worth of education. This is how they reel you in. And then right at the end of the session, they'll say, how much would you pay? It's always the same thing. How much would you pay, to get educated? They'll make you fill out something. If you ever wanted to learn everything in the market, what would you pay? Would you pay $1,000, $10,000? What would you pay to be a millionaire? Ooh, I would pay 15 grand, 10 grand to be a millionaire. That's how they get you. That's how it starts. 10, 15, 20, 25,000. All right. What if I told you we had a class that can fast track you to millions? And they keep showing you the class, and they'll show you it's 35,000, 40,000, 50,000. They show all of these different students and all of these different people that look like you, that look like your friends, that look like your peer groups. And they said, but today and only today, instead of $49,999, because see, they already know that you're turned off when you see 49,000. Instead of $49,999, today and only today, we're only gonna take 27 students. We already have 73 lined up. We're only taking 27 more because we're only taking 100 students. Like, why are you only taking 100 students? What, you got a cap? You got a cap on the room? Why you only taking 100 students? You can't take 101, 102? Today and only today, if you sign up for only $8,999 in 2 payments. You can join this class. You're going to learn stocks, options, futures, crypto. You're going to meet this person and that person, the maker of InvestTools. You're going to be able to meet the VIP. We're going to fly you out to this place. They don't tell you that it's going to cost you another $30,000 to fly out. It's the same scheme they've been running, the same scam they've been running for 50 years. And we still go for it every time. It's a skill set, guys. They make you sit. It's interesting. They actually teach you something, and you start saying, "Oh my God, I'm getting this." And then they're like, "But if you want more, you gotta pay this." They always throw a big number to throw you off, because it's going to turn you off, and they want you to be turned off by that number. They want you to literally look down and act like you ain't even looking at the screen no more. I know good and damn well they didn't just put $49,900 on the screen. I just paid $250 for this class. Who the hell in here got $49,900? You looking around like, who else is listening to this crap? Did you see the number today? I be wanting to stand up like, are you serious right now? Who the hell is paying $49,000? But I keep it to myself because I'm in a whole room of people that don't look like me. And I'm in Indiana. So I just stay quiet in my triple-breasted suit, fumbling my fingers. I'm trying to look at the screen without my eyes being big, because I don't want nobody to think that I don't have it. Then they gonna find me out. I'm like, I must be in a room full of millionaires. Who the hell's paying 40? This is the going rate for a class? And then they finally get you. They say for $8,900 or $9,900 if you sign up today. And then what happens, guys? Everybody runs up to the front. Now, mind you, if I'm going to pay $10,000 for something, I shouldn't have to run nowhere. I'm like, all right, where the drinks at? How many dances I get for $10,000? Shoot, let me call my wife, tell her I ain't going to be home for 7 days. For 10 grand? We about to learn stocks, twerking and stocks. Shoot. How many dances I get? What music y'all gonna play? So of course I paid the $10,000 because I had it at the time. And you get scammed just like everybody else. Ain't no teachers, ain't no strategy, ain't no nothing. They gave me 4 DVDs and was like, have at it. They left the room. They made sure that there was no way you can contact anybody or anyone. And that was their thing. Why? Because they didn't have money at the time. There's a lot of struggling traders out here, guys. Struggling traders become gurus. Joel, I bet you that's your story. Listen, my wife's a physician. I ain't got to do nothing. We alright. I'm old. I went to Howard. I'm old. We've been investing for years. We ain't got to do nothing. I'm trying to put you guys on so you won't get caught up like I did 20 years ago. All right? Tell your friends. You shouldn't, with artificial intelligence, guys, nobody, and I mean nobody, should be paying no more than $1,000 for a freaking class. $1,000, that's it. Maybe $1,100. maybe 1,100. Anybody paying more than 1,100, you're getting scared. Guys, you can literally take the curriculum that they have. That's how crazy it is. You can literally go online, look at all the stuff that they say they're going to teach you, and then upload it into chat or into Claude and be like, Claude, chat, teach me all this stuff. The heck y'all paying $30,000 for a class for? You got artificial intelligence now. There's nothing you should be paying for. I keep telling you guys, you know on TV when you see those ads and the guys are like, there's this stock that's gonna be so revolutionary that it's gonna change the whole world. And only a couple of CEOs are investing in it right now. And you too can know what this stock is if you just sign up for this, the something.com, whatever. I take a screenshot of that. I put it in chat. I'll be like, yo, what stock are they talking about? They're like, oh, they talking about ChatGPT. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I keep it moving. Like, none of y'all should be falling for these scams no more. These teachers that got this old school way of trying to get y'all to buy stuff. That stuff ended last year. Excuse my French. Now listen, I get it. If you want to be in a class environment, you want to be around other people, you want to be in part of groups, great. You want to be part of rooms, great. Let it be affordable. Like my super fan group where we talk about stocks. I put the every single morning, guys. I pretty much tell everybody what we're looking for in the market, what we're trading. I'll try to direct the futures traders on what direction the market may be going into. And then you use your strategy to do whatever you need to do. It's like $9.99 a month. What's that? That's less than that's 30 cents a day. So what? All right. Nobody should be paying no more than a G. That's why I do all of this free stuff here. All right. That's why I do it. All right. I want good karma. That's why I get really, really lucky when I'm buying and selling stuff, because the more you give, it comes back tenfold. I keep telling people that all day, every day. Y'all should be sharing this live with other people because of the information that you learn during these lives. My goal is to make the best educational room on TikTok. And it's going to be hard because I'm a young black brother that went to Howard University and y'all got judgy eyes. You know what I got to go through to get 100,000 followers, guys? You know what I got to go through? You know how much judgment I got to go? Look at this gold chain. Look at his shades. Look at his skin tone. Look at how old he is. I got to work 20 times harder. You know I'm right. I gotta work 75 times harder. Joel gotta come on every day for 2 hours for 5 years. So-and-so just has the tweet with a picture with somebody. Look at me in my suit and my tie. I'm smart. Join my TikTok live. So funny, right? All right, guys. So this live is not. This live has never been about me. It's always been about you guys. All right. It's the chat that's great, and it's the live that's great, right? So whatever stocks you guys want me to look at, remember, the chat is gonna also educate you guys on what we see as far as what I'm looking at. Anytime I'm wrong, call me out. If you disagree with anything that I'm talking about, guys, that's why we're here. We're here to put everyone on blast, including Mr. Joel. Now, I am an expert in stocks, options, futures, and cryptocurrency. I've done over thousands of consultations. Thousands, guys. I've done thousands of consultations. If you know me from my other platforms, I've done thousands of consultations. And I have over 30,000 hours of trading and investing experience. I work harder than anybody that you guys know. I'm always in the know of what's happening in the market. In fact, I'm looking at Bloomberg in the background right now. It says gold edges up after 4-day gain as traders eye treasury moves. When I'm on the golf course, guys, I got CNBC playing in the background. You ain't gonna meet nobody that works harder than I do. It's just what I do. I just became a 7.8 handicap in golf. You know how I did that, guys? Hard work. No coach. Did it on my own. In fact, guys, do y'all know that ChatGPT trains me in golf? I be telling people this all the time. My ChatGPT, I used to go to this thing called Golf Smith. Not Golf Smith. It was Golf. I forgot what the heck it was. I know it cost $1,500 a month. I paid $1,500 a month for a year, guys. I couldn't break 90. I couldn't break 90. I quit golf for 3 years because I thought something was wrong with me. I said, I don't understand. Maybe I'm getting older. All my friends are getting better. I'm paying $1,500 a month getting scammed. I can't break 90. I quit golf. I hated it. I couldn't hit the ball. Everybody was longer than me. I was like, what is wrong with me? Am I just getting older? Am I losing my athleticism? Is there something wrong with my eyes? I hated it. And then COVID happened, guys. COVID happened. I started playing golf again. I refused to get a coach. I refused. I said, this time around, it's been 3 years. I'm going to forget everything that I learned. I'm paying $1,500 a month. My friends are talking about my swing. They're like, hey, Mr. Robotic, look at your swing. You look like Charles Barkley. Making fun of me. And if you know me as an athlete, I don't like to get made fun of when I'm trying to play a game. So I quit. I was like, man, F y'all, F whoever, F all y'all. Came back during COVID, taught myself to the point where I was like, if you've ever been part of the USAM tour, ended up becoming player of the year twice. And then in the last year, guys, I've been getting trained by ChatGPT, just like you should be getting trained education-wise. I can go into my chat right now. In fact, I'll pull it up later for you guys that don't believe it. I'll pull it up later. I can pull up chat. Chat will tell you every single club that I own, the yardage that I hit, the shafts that I use, my misses, my hits, my lowest rounds, my handicap. It'll tell me what courses I can probably play the best at, depending on my style of play, because I input all of that information. Why am I telling you guys all of this? Because as a day trader and as an investor, you guys should have some type of almanac or some type of teacher or some type of product that's also logging in your misses. You should be tightening up what you're trying to do. If you're an investor, you should be asking chat questions like, what is my, this is the amount of money that I'm investing. This is the percent that I'm using. If I want to be diversified, are there other stocks out there that I'm overlooking that I may want to buy? In the last 6 to 12 months, what has been the theme in the stock market, right? In fact, can you tell me, Chat or Claude, who is Nvidia buying right now? Who is Amazon buying right now? Why are they buying these particular companies? Can you give me a list of these companies and tell me exactly how long they're investing in these companies, why they're investing in these companies, and what type of funds could I make if I hold this for 5 or 10 years? If I put $5,000 into this particular company versus this particular company, what are the odds of this making me 5 to 10 times my money? See, you guys are not doing this. You guys are asking your friends these questions. Your chat that you have right now that's at your fingertips, guys, y'all have no idea what you have access to. You have no idea because you don't use it. It's the same people that didn't understand crypto. You bash it first, and then you wait and see how everybody else deals with it, and then you try it out. You bash social media, you bash Facebook, TikTok, all the different social media platforms that you could have invested in. Well, you couldn't really invest in TikTok until now. For those that don't know that, if you want to invest in the companies that own TikTok, you need to buy Oracle and Microsoft. But guess where I got that information too? From chat. All right, so what we're going to do now is it's almost 8 o'clock. All right, for a whole hour, we're going to use the technicals to try to figure out when to buy these fundamentally good or bad companies. So the theme for today, guys, is going to be bearish or bullish. This is where most of you guys make the biggest mistakes. Is a stock bullish or bearish? And you guys are going to answer it in the comment section. I ain't even going to answer it for you. You going to answer it. We're going to use moving averages. We're going to use moving averages to determine if something is bullish or bearish. Now, why is that important? Because most of you guys, remember, I've done thousands of consultations. The problem a lot of you guys have is you don't know if you're dealing with something that's in a bullish phase or a bearish phase because you don't use technicals. And then you don't know what time frame you're buying it on. See, day traders are going to look at something and they're going to see bullish or bearish for the day. Swing traders are going to look at the market and they're going to see if it's bullish or bearish for the next 7 to 14 days. Investors are going to look at something. It might be bearish or bullish, depending on a 6-month, 12-month, or 2-year outlook. The first part is identifying what time frame are you on. Even you advanced traders, you guys suck at your time frame. Like really, really suck. And that's what I do, and that's how I help you guys. I help you guys kind of simplify what you already know. And by simplifying, guys, you shouldn't have to go to 7 or 8 or 9 different charts to figure out if something is bullish or bearish. That's what you learn from teachers that just start teaching, that don't have any idea how to use moving averages. All right. And I say this over and over again. I will out-trade, out-invest your smartest, best, favorite teacher of all time. I always tell them to come in here. Come on, I will challenge anybody. Come on, Cletus. Come on. I will challenge anyone. I will challenge anyone's strategy at any time. And the way that I challenge strategies, guys, is I don't say, all right, I'm going to day trade against you tomorrow. I don't do that. I say, what is your strategy in one sentence? What are you doing? And then I'll say what my strategy is. And then I'll make somebody in the comment section, I'll say, pick a date and time and a stop. We don't even know what it is. Let's see who wins. I win every freaking time. You know why? Because most people don't have a strategy that's universal. And that's why you don't make money. That's why. What's your strategy? And when I look people in their corny and I say, what's your strategy? What are you doing? They get mad. They get offended. They get angry. They're like, Joe, they're like, what are you talking about? What's your strategy? What are you doing? Are you trading or investing? And they start stuttering. Are you trading or investing? I'm investing. All right. So what chart are you using? They got to think about it. I use, if you have to stop and then think, you don't have a strategy. What's your strategy? You should know your strategy. What's your entry? What's your bias? What's your trigger? If you can't do that naturally, you don't have a strategy, guys. You're gambling. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with knowing that you gamble. You just have to go to Gamblers Anonymous and realize you're gambling. And don't get mad and angry at the black guy that called you out. All right. So that's what we're going to do, guys. Bullish or bearish time frames. I don't know the answers to any of this. In fact, I ain't even going to get an answer. I'm just going to pull up the chart. So let's start. Let's start bullish or bearish. In the first stock that I see, bullish or bearish, bullish or bearish, you got to give me a time frame too. You got to say trading, investing, or if you know your time frame, give it to me. I don't care. 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart, 1-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 10-minute chart. I don't care. Give it to me. You said, what's a good strategy for, hold up, before we even start, this is an excellent question. What is a good strategy for someone wanting to learn? The first thing you need to understand is moving averages. Not support and resistance, not even trend lines. You need to understand what we're doing today. The stock that you buying, is it bullish or bearish? If it's bullish, you're going to have a better chance. I didn't say you were going to make money. You're going to have a higher chance of making money if you're buying something that's bullish. Okay. Yes. Can it today be the day that it turns around and goes down? Yeah. But during that time that it was going up, you had a better chance of making money to the upside. If it's bearish, you got a better chance of making money to the downside. The only way you can ever determine, guys, if a stock is bearish or bullish, depending on your strategy, is whatever moving average that you're using. Your moving average dictates your strategy. You guys got to reverse engineer what you want to do. Joel, I want to make my $5,000 be worth $20,000 in 5 years. You got to reverse engineer the strategy. Well, you can't buy no ETFs. What do you mean you can't buy ETFs, Joel? Everybody knows you should buy indexes. You just told me you want to make $5,000 go to 20. You show me, well, I take that back. There are some indexes that have done that. The SMH actually would have made your 5,000 be worth $20,000 in like 2 or 3 years. So I take that back. But yeah, you got to go with some speculative companies. You see how I reverse engineered that really, really quickly? Y'all don't do that. Y'all will take $5,000 and go and buy a CD. And be like, all right, I'm going to take this 5,000, buy this 3% CD a year. And I'm like, you realize you can work the numbers. Like if you got $5,000 and you only earning 3% a year, you're not going to reach your goal in 4 years. Joel, you just hating. You're just hating on me. I'm not hating. I'm hating on your strategy. Yeah. It's just numbers. All right. We got enough now. All right, hold up. All right. Where do we got? We got. All right, Bucker. What's your name? Buckner Fly. Buckner Fly says they want to see FCEL on the 15-minute chart. In the comment section, what are we going to use for a 15-minute chart to determine bias? Somebody put it in the comment section. I ain't answering. What are we using to determine bias, bullish or bearish, on a 15-minute chart? Very easy answers. What all the professionals use. It's called the VWAP, people. So we're going to pull up. Dang, where is it? We're going to pull up FCEL. You guys are going to tell me on a 15-minute chart when this was bullish, when it was bearish. Now watch this. FCEL, fuel cell. If you wanted to day trade fuel cell today and you woke up and it was 9:30 this morning, if it was a 9:30 this morning, I know you guys see what it did, but I mean at 9:30 this morning, guys. At 9:30 this morning, what direction is this white line, which is what we call the VWAP? What direction is it angled? It's angled up, but look at what's happening. Look at what's happening, guys. Even though it's bullish, it's still bullish. It's still bullish. The VWAP is preventing this stock to go higher. The VWAP, guys, is this white line. It's what professionals are using. This is the average right here. All right, it was sideways to down. That means, guys, that's not really that bullish. That's neutral. Okay, now at 9:30, it was angled up. It was angled up. But here's something also that a lot of you guys don't know. Do you know what the ATR of Fuel Cell is? What is the ATR of FCEL? I'm going to look it up myself. FCEL's, I want to see what happened. FCEL's ATR is, its ATR is $2.59. All right, so it's $2.59. I don't know what was going on with it. It should have moved $2.50. So in the morning, it was bullish to neutral. There was no way I would have been shorting Fuel Cell early at 9:30 this morning. You got green candles. You got a VWAP that's going up. You got a VWAP, and this is how it looked. You had a VWAP that was going up. I'm trying to make it small enough. You had a VWAP that was going up, but it couldn't break through the VWAP. In fact, cats were they were shorting it at the VWAP. Now watch what happens. We're looking at a 15-minute chart. When we finally broke above, let's see what happens. Oh, we didn't even break above. We broke below the VWAP. You guys see how the VWAP, this white line, was neutral? When it's neutral, guys, when it's neutral, do you guys see that once it broke to the downside and you got 1 to 2 red candles, it became bearish? So it was bullish. It was bullish when the market opened. And everything said, hey, try to stay to the upside, but it couldn't break to new highs. In fact, guys, the ATR was $2.59. When I'm trading, and everybody knows this, when I'm trading, and I know that this stock is supposed to move $2.59, is that right? I don't even think that's right. How can something that costs $20 move $2 every day? That number might be wrong. I need to check it again. How big is this company? What's the market cap? Hold on, let me look this up. Okay, it's $1 billion company. But its ATR is $2.50. This stock is supposed to move $2. That means if it's at $19 and it's going up in price, it's supposed to go to like $21.50. It didn't do it. I don't know what's up with it. So listen, if I'm trading something early in the morning, it's 9:30 in the morning. I'm in this trade, 9:30, 9:40, 9:50. You're looking at a 15-minute chart. So that's what, 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock, 10:15. Guys, it's been a whole hour and a half. If it's not moving in your direction, that's a warning. That's a red flag. Not a bull flag, a red flag. I would be concerned. Now, y'all know me, I'm the 10 candle specialist. If I'm in this trade within the first 2 to 3 candles that are green, and it doesn't turn and it doesn't go up to my price target, after about 7, 8, 9 candles, guys, I'm done. If it breaks that trend and you start seeing it go red, that trade is over. This went from bullish to bearish. And you guys know where it did it at? At the VWAP. The VWAP told you this isn't really as strong as a move to the upside that it should be. In fact, it's bullish to bearish. By about 12 o'clock, guys, the VWAP is starting to angle down. Okay. All right. What's another one? What's another one? Yep, it was rejecting Buckner Fly. It was rejecting. That is the perfect word for this. All right, Christopher wants to look at TTML as an investor. As an investor, guys, in the comment section, if you had to pick one chart, if you had to pick your favorite chart to look at, that means a day chart or a week chart or a 15-minute chart or a 4-hour chart. What is the chart or the moving average of choice for investors? You have to pick one. You can't pick 5. One. What is the most popular? What is the most popular chart that investors like to look at? And I know you guys are going to be surprised when you hear this. What is the most popular? I would say it's the 200-day, but it's actually not. I know you guys are like, it's the 200-day. It's not. It's actually the week charts, guys. And I'm going to tell you why. The definition of investing is 1 year or longer. 1 year or longer. So when you see a trend on a chart and you're looking for 10, 15 candles and you're looking at a week chart, that's like a 2.5 month trend. And that starts that trend in that particular direction. True investors are going to look at, and what are we looking at? I forgot what stock that fast. True investors are going to look at the 200 week moving average first, and then they may use the 200 day. Wait, is this TTML? TTML. I'm typing TTML and it's nothing's coming up. So we got to look at a different one. I'm typing TTML. Are you talking about Tata Motors? TTML. Christopher, I'm trying to see. Oh, TTMI. All right, let's try TTMI. TTMI. All right, we're going to pull up the week chart. What direction, guys? What direction, guys, is this yellow moving average angled? What direction is this angled, guys? As an investor. Now remember, when you buy something like this as an investor, guys, you have a higher chance that it goes up year after year after year, but that doesn't mean that it can't go down in value. But the answer is it's bullish. It's bullish because of what I call the yellow brick road. In fact, guys, the best time to buy something as an investor, like the very best time, and you're like, oh my God, I can only catch this like once every like 4 years, is when it touches the yellow brick road. Now watch this. I don't even know what this stock is, but I bet you I can trade it and invest it better than any of your friends and family. Because this, look at this. You think this was by chance? This is not by chance, guys. This is not by chance that people are buying this at the yellow brick road. You see this last move? This is not a coincidence. This move right here into this yellow line is not a coincidence. If you are able to catch this, anytime you can catch a great company and the yellow brick road is angled up and it comes down to its 4 year, that's a 4-year average. That's not a 200 day. That's not like 200 days and you're looking at the average. This is a 4-year average. That means this is the average price of this stock over 4 years. If it's angled up and it comes down to it, I don't care what stock you're looking at, you're going to see investors they're gonna flow into that particular stock. Doesn't mean that you're gonna make money immediately. Remember, it's an investment. That means you might have to hold it for 6 to 12 months. But it should bounce. It should. It's giving you a higher chance. Moving averages give you a 70 to 80% chance of making money in the direction if it comes down to it. If you look back at history at this stock, and I don't even know what they do, guys. I just know that even if you didn't tell me anything about the company, and somebody put a gun to my head and was like, Joel, you got to buy this at the best opportunity that you can, I'll be like, all right, I'll just wait until it gets to the yellow brick road is angled up. Fundamentally, that means that the average price has been going up for 4 years. If somehow we get down to it, I'll take a shot at it. And if you had done that, we're looking at a chart, guys, from what year is this? We're looking at a chart from 2022 when the yellow brick road started to go up. From 2022 to 2026, I would have known the best time to buy a stock, this stock that I don't even know what they do. I don't have to know what they do. I don't know what their earnings are. I don't know what their cash flow is. I don't know what their PE ratio is. But I know fundamentally the average is going up. So obviously they got something going on, right? And they pay people like me to tell them when to buy a great fundamentally good company. And I'm going to say, well, the 200-week moving average as an investor, as a trader, let's say you want to make money in the next, I don't know, 7 to 3 months. Then I'm going to pull up the 200-day moving average. You guys don't think we're going to see the same patterns? What are we touching right now, guys? You think this is a coincidence? It's not a coincidence. Why do you think it bounced right here? Because traders are gonna take a shot at every moving average. They're gonna test it. They're going to test it. And if you're a good trader, if it fails, you're gonna know very quickly to get out. This is where your professionals are getting in. You guys are buying it when it goes all the way up here to highs. Professionals are sitting back waiting for it to get to its average. It's now sitting at its average. Professionals are going to look at this relative strength index and they're going to say, oh my God, it's oversold at the 200-day moving average. This is the best time to buy it. That's a no-brainer trade. That is the what would Joe do method. The what would Joe do method is if you ever come into a moving average and that relative strength index goes oversold and you start seeing buying, you can take a shot at it. Doesn't mean that you're gonna make all the money in the world. But guess what? Joel would have made some money. He would have made money for 10 days. Remember, this is the 200-day, in my opinion, is for traders, not investors. Traders, not investors. So this is bullish. Not only is it bullish on the 200-day moving average, it's bullish on the 200-week. Now check this out. What if somebody said, Joel, I want to look at this on a 50-day moving average? Tell me, guys, is this bullish or bearish? And I know you see what happened. I don't care about what the stock did. Is this short-term bullish or bearish? In the comment section, put the answer and tell me why. Why is this bullish or bearish? It's bearish. Why? Why is this bearish? if you're looking at a 50-day moving average, you're kind of like the same trader that's looking for 5-day, 10-day trades. There's a couple of reasons why this chart is bearish, guys. For one, I created a trade called the Illuminati trade. I didn't create it. I named this trade the Illuminati trade. Why did I call it the Illuminati trade? It's kind of like what Trump does. When Trump tweets out to certain people, he's letting his base know, or people know, you need to either be buying, like they know beforehand, and then he lets them know when he's going to tweet. Remember, if you pay $100,000 in some type of Truth Social type monthly fee, this is a real thing, guys. If you pay $100,000 a month, I think the Truth Social, you get to know when Trump is about to make a tweet about, I don't know, a certain stock. What else would you be paying $100,000 a month for? Joel, you don't know. Well, what else? What else would you be paying $100,000 for? Huh? You just want to pay $100,000 so you can go on Truth Social? You know, sometimes I hate people that just argue just to be arguing. You know the answer of why you're paying $100,000 a month. I call this the Illuminati trade because there is a thing called the Golden Cross. A Golden Cross, guys, and it goes up and down. A Golden Cross is when the 50-day moving average crosses the 200-day moving average. So that red moving average that you see, when it crosses the 200-day to the downside, investors are like, oh my God, this is a very bearish stock. If the 50-day crosses to the upside, it's a golden cross to the upside, you're going to see a bunch of people flow into that stock. Well, I wanted a shorter time frame. I wanted something I wanted something like what Trump does for his Truth Social people, but I ain't going to charge y'all $100,000 a month. So I call this the Illuminati trade. The Illuminati trade works the same way. Instead, you're going to have a 10-day moving average that crosses the 50-day. When that 10-day and that 50-day cross right here, that makes this short term, you see this cross right here? That makes this short term bearish. And you're gonna start shorting it on the next 25 to 50% move to the upside on your Fibonacci chart. Bam. Joel would have been short right here, made a whole bunch of money for 5-6 days. And you can do that mug over and over and over again until that 10-day moving average crosses back over to 50. That Illuminati trade is my trade that I created. Now, you got to have a lot of things on your charts to be able to do it. You got to have access to the Fibonacci retracements. You got to have a TTM trend. And for $27,000, I will give you guys all the indicators. Just inbox me. I take Cash App, Venmo. Guys, all you got to do is take a picture of this chart and put it into chat and say, what is this? Can you explain this to me? And can you tell me what indicators this fool is using that's trying to charge me $37,000? Some of you guys were already ready to pay me. I guess I need it, Joel. It does look like it's bearish. 37's gonna hurt me for a minute, but I got it. 37,000 in 2 payments. Hold on, let me block some folks. I take Zelle, Venmo, Cash App. All right. So yeah, guys, the 10-day, which is shining right there, that's the 10-day. and the 50-day. But what let everybody know that this is short-term bearish is that the 50-day moving average is angled down. Guys, the best trades are gonna be to the downside for now. Just for now, guys. So if you're trading, stop looking to buy this to the upside because you think it's on sale. You see how easy, look, if you were able to put a trend line here and here, do you know how easy it is to take these shorts? You could have taken a short right there. You could have taken a short right here. It's telling you what direction to go. You don't even have to think. Look at this, to the upside. Watch this. As soon as the 50-day started to angle to the upside, guys. Watch this. As soon as the 50, watch guys, watch and learn, because you got a bunch of haters in the comment section right now. He don't know what he talking about. Don't trust anybody with blue shades on. Why you got on shades when it's dark outside, Joe? Don't trust them. 10 day is crossing the 50-day. What did I tell y'all? When that happens, I'm only taking trades to the upside. That's it, guys. Do y'all know that you could have just stayed bullish from May? Listen, guys, because y'all don't know how to trade. And I'm teaching you guys how to do it. Y'all are looking back and forth through 27 different charts. I'm like, why are you looking at 17 different charts? All you need is one. It's bullish. Buy on pullbacks. That was May 2025. You could have kept buying this. Remember how I told you? Traders are going to take a shot at the 50-day. Traders are going to take a shot at the 50-day. Oh my God, Joel, you just explained a strategy in 2 minutes that most people can't do in 2 years. Because I'm a real bona fide trader. That's what I is. And when it broke to the downside, I bet you a bunch of y'all are long. Because you don't know how to trade. You just don't. Admit it. You just don't. You got out-traded by a young, handsome black man. I can't take it. What do you guys? You guys have to have everything. You're sexy. Your skin is so dark and luscious. And you gotta be smart. Yes. Yes, all of the above. All right, what's the next stop? It's just jokes, guys. Just jokes. It's just jokes. What's next? Next stock. I don't care what it is. Let's do the magic show again. We already know what to look for. He don't know what he's talking about, guys. Turn the TikTok live off. It don't work. I'm like, 50 million people bought it. All of these 50 people. Y'all think I created this? You think I told everybody to buy there? That's just dumb luck, Joel. It's just dumb luck. Show me another one. I gotta look at least 17 stocks before I'm a believer. Well, come on, next Tuesday. All right, what stock we doing? What stock are we doing next? All right. I'm going to close my eyes. I know I see NCPL and Adobe. Whatever comes after Adobe, I'm going to pick. Whatever stock comes after Adobe, I'm going to pick. I don't know what it is. First stock I see, SpaceX. All right, somebody tell me what time frame. Well, SpaceX only been out for a minute, guys. So you really can only look at it as an intraday trade or a swing trade. So we might as well look at it as at the 200-day moving average. I don't even think it's it's only been out for like, 60, 90 days? So I need somebody to pick a time frame for intraday trading. So if you wanted to intraday trade SpaceX today, Tell me what chart to look at. 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 8 minute. I don't care. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. 15 minute. We just did 15 minute. But I'll do it. I'll do 15 and 5. So we're going to look at SpaceX on a 15. Let's look at the 5 minute chart first, and then we'll look at the 15 minute. Joel, I bet you already looked at SpaceX today. You already know what happened. No, I don't. You trade SpaceX every day. All right, let's look at the 5 minute. If you were trading SpaceX today, I bet you a bunch of y'all was short. I bet you a bunch of y'all was short today. I bet you was short. You woke up, you studied all night long. You're like, I'm going to study SpaceX. They're selling all the stock. This is what y'all do. You go on TV, you go on some TikTok live. They're releasing they're releasing a whole bunch of shares and a bunch of insiders are able to sell. So you woke up this morning trying to short. You're like, okay, I'm going to short SpaceX today because they releasing a whole bunch of shares. And then what it do? It ripped in your face. And you're like, I don't understand how this happened. I pay $1,000 a month subscription and they told us that they releasing shares. I don't understand this trading thing. It's just so hard. Listen, the information that you got is true. Maybe SpaceX on a trading, that means if you're holding it for 7, 14, 21 days, the bias is down. So that information you had applied to a swing trader has nothing to do with intraday trading. Nobody cares about that intraday trading. A whale could have just come in, guys, and said, I'm going to buy up all the shares today. And the stock can go up in value. On an intraday basis, guys, quit studying for intraday trading. Any fundamental information you guys get, unless it's like earnings period, stop using it. You're going to drive yourself crazy. It's never going to go in the direction you think it's going to go in. That's why you use the VWAP. What direction is this VWAP angle, guys, at 9:30? I'm going to show you guys what it looked like at 9:30. At 9:30 this morning, this was red. So that's neutral. Anytime we see something neutral, guys, that means you got a 50-50 chance of making money. 50-50. I don't like 50-50. 50-50 means Joel ain't trading it. Y'all like to trade 50-50 stuff. I don't. I want it to be 70-30. It started to become 70-30 right around this time. Why? Because the VWAP is now angled up. Candles are going green. For a whole hour, they tried to push SpaceX down. They couldn't. It didn't push for an hour in one direction. When you see sideways action like this, it's consolidating. And it's consolidating at the VWAP. Joel ain't doing a dang thing until he sees the direction. He sees what it looks like it wants to do. Then once it starts to take off, guys, if it's within my time frame, I'm going to take a shot at it only at the VWAP. So if you were trading this, and you learn how to trade near the VWAP, you're going to get protected as a short seller and somebody that's going long. If you were buying it long here at the VWAP, even on these pops to the upside, you could have made some quick money to here, to here, to here, to here. But then as soon as it starts to go red, guys, I don't know what happened there. What happened at 11:30? Because I sure would have been short. Nah, I wouldn't have been short because that's 11:30. Y'all know I don't trade after 11:30. But that's a terrible move right there. But it still gave these people their money back. Even these people that were wrong here, when this candle, if you were to buy somewhere around this VWAP and you got caught in the wrong direction, it gave you a chance to get out. And where did it give you a chance to get out, guys? At the freaking VWAP. Even when you were wrong. If you were long, you made money. If you were short, it went against you. I would have been out of it though before it even came back. So that's fine. I'm not going to take these big candles, but some of you guys, y'all will just do that. If you're that type of trader, you better know the areas to get in at, and that's going to be at this VWAP. You see this? And now it's starting to go up from the VWAP. This is not a coincidence that it bounced at 230 there. It's not a coincidence that it went higher and came right back to this freaking white line. But as long as it's sideways, like I want that bad boy to be angled up. So I would have had a bullish bias, and I know I told you guys I was going to let you answer it today, but I would have had a bullish bias after about 10 o'clock. Okay? Just by the direction of that VWAP. I know at 9:30 it looked like this. So let's say you were short. Let's just say, guys, you saw this and you said, you know what, Joel? I'm gonna go short at the freaking VWAP right here. Let's say you decided to go short right here. That means you're betting on it going down in price. Even if you were wrong, guys, the minute you were wrong and it went up in price, it gave you a chance to get your butt out. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, it ain't going in my direction. Some of you guys' egos are so big you won't get out. I take this opportunity to be like, okay, I get it, Mr. Market. I'm getting out. I'm getting out. And then it firmed up and then it started to go up. But it really didn't do anything. It really didn't pay out anybody money, right? If you were trading SpaceX, it really didn't do nothing. It gave you that one little move right there for $1. And that's kind of crazy too, because SpaceX's ATR is $9. This thing's supposed to move $9 a day. So I think everybody's gearing up for these NVIDIA earnings. Today was a very, very low volume day, guys. Today was a very low volume day. Don't look like nothing was pushing to its full ATR. You get that during the summertime, and you also get that when the volatility index is really, really low. When that volatility index is under 20, guys, it is a very boring market to trade. If you guys don't know what the volatility index is, it's this right here. Let's pull it up. This is the VIX. The VIX, guys, is the fear index. The volatility index is the fear index. Okay? The volatility index is the fear index. I know a lot of you guys didn't know that there's an index out there that actually calculates. We call it the fear index, but what it actually is it's looking at options that are being bought on the S&P 500 30 days out. So when options or put protection is being bought, you're going to see the VIX either go up or down. This, in my opinion, is the best indicator ever created in history. Because it's worked for investors, guys. It's worked 100% of the time in the last 100 years. Did you hear what I just said? Katz is like, options weren't even around, Joel, 100 years ago. What are you talking about? This has worked 100% of the time. What does that mean? That means if you're buying like any of the top 20, 25, 30 stocks in market cap, if you're buying the S&P or the NASDAQ and you see this volatility index go above 50, you got 100% of the time, guys, the market turned around. 100% of the time, you bought the lows of the market. I've caught the last 3 lows the day the market turned around. The day. If you've been here long enough, and people in the comment section will vouch for me, I've shown dates and times for when I bought. And they couldn't believe it. They were like, Joe, I've never seen anybody catch the lows of the market the day that the market turned around. I said, because they're not using the volatility index. That chart that you guys are looking at right now, those spikes that you're looking at, there's 10 spikes. In the last 20 years, there's been 10 spikes. Those 10 spikes that you guys see, that's above that red line, that's when the volatility index went above 50. If you had bought the S&P, the NASDAQ, some of your favorite stocks, within weeks, that was the low of that stock during that period. It's the fear index. It lets you know that the nuclear button has been hit. Anybody that was gonna sell is probably out. The nuclear button has been made. It has obliterated everything, and now it's time to rebuild not only that company, but all the other companies that got obliterated at that time. People are now starting to get hip to the VIX, and I hate it, because I'd rather just 1% of us know about it. So you got to use stuff like the relative strength index and the VIX. Even though when the VIX goes above 50, guys, it's no way in hell your stock is not at oversold conditions on the relative strength index. You got to use maybe a trend line so that you can see after that 50-day moving, after that 50 VIX, people start buying the market. If you don't believe me, every time that VIX starts to creep around 40 or 50, come to my lives. I'll be the only person on TikTok that be like, all right, guys, it's time to buy. Come with me. It's time to buy. It's worked 100% of the time, guys. We've been waiting for this for 2 years. Right now, guys, the VIX ain't even, it's nowhere near 50. That's why I be laughing at y'all. Yo, it's a bubble. What? You should be buying now. No, you shouldn't. The VIX is at 15. The VIX is 15, guys. That A is telling you that chances are stocks are at their all-time highs. Nobody buys the stock market when the VIX is at 15. We buy the stock market when the VIX is at 30 or higher. Have y'all not learned as investors when to buy? You don't buy now, you silly investors. But data centers, Joel, you talk about it every day. I know I talk about it every day. I ain't buying. The only way I'm buying something is if the relative strength index, look, if we're at the yellow brick road and the relative strength index is oversold, that's the only time you're going to see Joel buy the market. What just recently did this, guys? Microsoft. I know you guys were in here when I said, all right, buy. What did I say? I said, all right, guys, buy. You can either buy one of the top 5 companies on the planet when it hits the moving average of all moving averages. Its relative strength index went oversold. Do y'all not know how to buy? Obviously you don't. Obviously you don't. So you missed out. This wasn't by chance, guys. This is just what these companies do. Y'all just learning today. You got your judgy eyes. You didn't think you was gonna learn anything today. It's cool. Yes, the 200 week is the yellow brick road. Oh, let's talk about that Moderna short. Now, do you want to short it, GG, on a short, like what time frame are you thinking about shorting it? As an intraday trade or as a swing trade? Because if we'll look at both. I know I was supposed to break down the last chart in 2 ways, so we'll do this one. My bad. I did go on a tangent. You want to look at it as a swing trade. So as a swing trade, guys, in the comment section, what time frames are you guys using for swing trading? What time frames? I just want to see what you guys are using. What time frames are you? Everybody knows what I use. What time frames are y'all using for swing trades? I see 4 hour. I see daily. I see day. So guys, it's not just me. I see monthly, daily, and weekly. Okay, daily. All right. So the most that I saw was daily, guys. So we're going to pull up the day chart. Before we even pull up the day chart, we're going to look and see what the 50-day moving average is doing, because when you're swing trading, guys, I want you guys to look at the day chart, but the 50-day moving average and the 20-day moving average are your moving averages of choice for swing traders, options traders that are looking for 7 to 21 day trades. All right. So when we pull up Moderna, the first question we want to ask ourselves, even though it came out with great news, we want to know if we're dealing with a bullish company. Oops, that's the wrong chart. A bearish company or a bullish company. Guys, what direction is this 200-day moving average angled? What direction is this 200-day moving average angled? Before we do anything, it's angled up. So that means you're dealing with a bullish company. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't make money shorting it. That just means that you guys got to recognize what you're dealing with. Am I dealing with a tiger, a lion? I'm dealing with a very bullish company that's been bullish, guys, since the 200-day moving average, guys, started to angle up. That means they knew about this information all the way back in January of this year. If you saw that this 200-day moving average was angled up, you literally, all you had to do was this as a trader. Watch this, guys. Y'all be going back and forth between 27 freaking charts. Joel just draws one line. One line. It breaks that line. It starts to go green. Joel might take a shot. I know you guys are like, what? That's all you do? Yes, and I will out trade any of your buddies, all of them. Bring them in here. Show me what they working with. I will out trade all of them on their favorite stock using the most simple basic strategy you've ever seen. 200 days angled up, it breaks that trend line. I'll take a shot at it. All right. You could have done that over and over and over again. If that 200 day is angled up, there's a couple of times it didn't really give you a chance, but you know, there's a couple of times if you drew that trend line like this. Now, mind you, I like it to be close to that. Like I would have taken a shot right here, guys. I really would have. I would have taken a shot at Moderna to the upside right here. And it would have gone sideways for 7 days. After about a week, I would have been like, man, I'm getting out of this trade. No way, Jose. It needs to be going in my direction. So you would have probably broken even on this trade or maybe taken a small loss. I would have tried that bad boy again. Right here. Breaks that trend. You would have made money for like 1 or 2 days. Maybe broke even on that one again. Then I would have been like, man, this what would Joe do method don't work. And then you would have tried it again and it would have finally paid out that move you was looking for. 200 days angled up again. Guess what, guys? I would have tried it again. I would have said, I'm going to keep running this tush push till y'all stop it. You better stop the tush push or I'm going to keep running it till you stop it. I would have tried it again right there. Now, if you want to short Moderna, you don't short it, guys, just because you think it's high. If I was thinking about shorting this First of all, I'm not going to short it on this day chart. I'm like, man, there's no way I'm shorting this right now. So I will flip to a 50-day, and I want to see if I can get a cross happening. I want it to look like this. When you want to short something, guys, you want it to look like, well, can't really find any great shorts on it, but I want it to look something like this. I want it to break underneath that 50-day. I want to see a cross like this. This is how I want. This is when I'm thinking about shorting Moderna. I want to see the Illuminati cross. Then I want to throw a trend line on that bad boy like this. And then if it breaks it and I start seeing red candles, there's my short right there. While that 50-day is angled down. Okay? Would I short it where it is right now? Let's go to where we are right now. This does not look like a short. This looks like a short squeeze. Guys, this looks like a short squeeze. Now, I understand why you want to short it. I get it. There's a gap in the chart. There is a real statistic. 80% of gaps fill. That means 80% of the time, guys, if a stock opens up at one price and it closes at a higher price, 80% of the time, at some point, we don't know on average how many days, at some point in the future, the stock will come back down to the price that it started from. That means if Moderna gapped up at $62, I know that bad boy is at $158. I know it's at 158, guys. I know it seems impossible for that gap to fill. I know you're like, whatever, Joel. There's no way it's going to drop from 158 to 68. Didn't you hear the news that came out? Joel, you ain't even in the healthcare field. You don't understand what phase 3 means. Phase 3 is like one of the most bullish things you can find in a biotech stock. When you go through those guys, when you hear a company that has positive results from a phase 3 trial, that's like one of the most bullish things you can ever hear a biotech company say. All right, there are keywords that we always listen out for. Phase 3 positive trials is what you want to hear. So I'm gonna be honest with you. This stock just got some of the most bullish news it's ever had. It doesn't mean that you can't short it. It doesn't. But I'm going to short when I actually see shorting happening. I'm not going to try to get in front of this moving train. I'm just not going to do it. If it does decide that it's going to drop in price, guys, it's not going to be a one-day event. It will be a 7, 14, 21-day move to the downside. Because look at this gap it's got to fill. It's got a huge gap it's got to fill. It's going to take a couple of weeks to fill that gap. But we don't know how high it's going to go before that happens. And when I first started trading, I did that same thing, guys. I tried to use information and I tried to say, guys, this is parabolic. Things that go parabolic are supposed to drop 50%. Yes, but instead of trying to get in front of it, just wait for 2 days of selling. Just be patient enough to wait for 2 days of selling. That's it. 2 days. 2 days. 2 candles. I know you guys are patient enough to do that. So what I would do is I would put a trend line on this bad boy. And we'll come back and look at Moderna every day. Watch this. I'm going to extend this trend line. And we're going to see if it holds this trend line. I'm not going to erase anything on this chart. Every day we're going to come in and check on Moderna. I'll tell you guys when the short's happening. And it's not even the first day that it breaks this trend. It's got to stay underneath this trend line for at least 2 to 3 days before you can say there's a trend change to the downside. It's not going to be a one-day thing. Okay? You can also check the options market. When you check the options market, if you see unusual put buying at strikes that are way lower than where we are right now, and the ratio is more puts to calls, you can start saying, all right, I'm gearing up for a short. All right. Cool. All right. Now, if you wanted to short Moderna intraday, that's a whole different answer. Let's say you guys woke up today, because I see that it's up 14%, which is crazy. It's up 14% today. I bet you there was a period during the day you could have shorted it. Let's look at it. Let's look at a 5-minute chart of Moderna. Nope, there was no chance. Nope, there was no chance to short this. If you tried to short this during the day, guys, you're going against the market. The VWAP is angled all the way up. This is I'm mad none of y'all told me to buy it today. Because this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a good old short squeeze. This is a garden variety short squeeze, guys. Look, I'm not going to short this, but if you want it, like, there are a couple of patterns that I see where I may have tried to take a short. Like if I see my crab formation, you see the crab, those are the eyes. Here's the eyes. Here's the mouth. Anytime you see the crab formation forming, you see this is the mouth. This is the mouth. Here's the little legs. You see the little legs right here. This is the little feet of the crabs. Anytime you start seeing the crab formation form, oh dang, you can maybe take a short. What happened to my crab? So on that crab formation, I would have drawn a trend line right here. And if we broke that trend, which it tried to do it, it stayed underneath it for about 2 or 3 candles. I would have tried to short this to the VWAP, but I mean, it's at 12 o'clock, guys. I would have done this before 12. Y'all know how I feel about 12 o'clock. 12 to 2 o'clock is the worst time to trade the market. The worst. That's where you're going to lose the most money. It hardly ever does anything from 12 to 2. And then from 2 to 4 o'clock, you really do get a nice little move in the market. Look at what happened from 2 to 4. Up in price. It resumed its move back up. Stop trading from 12 to 2, guys. It's the worst time to trade. Look, this is 9 to 12. 9 to 12, the Moderna went straight up. Then 12 to 2, it didn't do nothing but go sideways. This is where you go to lose money. 12 to 2, it ain't do nothing but go sideways. It's boring. And then it started to take off again from 2 to 4. All right. All right. So would I short it? No. No, sirree. But we're going to throw a trend line on this bad boy. We're going to watch it. I think we hold this trend line we might hold this trend line for a couple of weeks. Honestly, this bad boy look like it's about to hit new highs. That's what this chart looks like. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, guys? Does this look like, I mean, looks pretty good. All right. Next stock is 8:55. I got to get out of here in 10 minutes. Yeah, 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Do not trade the market. It is the most boring period. You're not going to make any money consistently. There's going to be a couple of days you make money. Sometimes some news will come out at 12 o'clock out of nowhere. But historically, no one trades from 12 to 2. We eat lunch from 12 to 2. No one trades the market from 12 to 2. All right, that's the dead period. You got 9:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to 12. That's the 10:30 reversal. Most of your professionals are going to trade before 9:30. Professionals, guys, trade in the morning up until about 9:15. Then they sit back and watch all you non-professionals trade from 9:30 to 10:30. We sit back and laugh at y'all for a whole hour. Then the real move happens right around 10:30. We call that the 10:30 reversal. You get a nice little push from 10:30 to about 12. Then there's nothing from 12 to 2. And then 2 to 4, you'll get a nice little push in the market as well. We don't know what direction. 12 to 2, dead period. Now, you got some super traders in here that's like, whatever, Joel, I can trade. We'll trade it then. Ain't nobody talking to you super traders. But if you want to know the professional time frames, the professionals are not trading from 9:30 to 10:30. People, I keep telling y'all this over and 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 over again. Those are orders that are being taken. That's your newbies, your people like you and I putting in our orders. A little bit of investing, a little bit of selling. The market's trying to process all of these orders for the first hour. For the first hours, it's just chaos. Stop trading it. Sometimes it'll move up, sometimes it'll move down. I know if you really want to trade the open, guys, here's a perfect strategy. If you're really into trading in the morning, you're going to do the orb strategy. In the comment section, will you let these people know what orb means? If you want to trade the opening market, what does orb stand for, guys? What does orb stand for? It's called the opening range breakout. Guys, I'm not making this stuff up. It's just what the professionals do. If you got to trade the first 5 minutes of the market, do this. You're going to look for the first 5 minutes of the market. You're going to see what it does when it opens. You're going to put a box around the first 5 minutes. You're going to look at the ATR of that stock. What is the average true range? If it breaks out of that range and it holds, and the VWAP is up, you can trade it to the upside. I want you guys to use the VWAP. If it breaks to the downside below that 5 minute range and it holds and the VWAP's angled down, you can take a shot to the downside. You know, if you're trying to catch that move. All right. If you're fast, if you're quick draw McGraw, then do it. It's fun when you first start doing it, guys, and then it gets irritating. But everybody has to do it just to say they did it. Yeah, I did. I tried the orb. Everybody tries the orb, guys. Everyone. You got to do it. You can't get anointed at being a trader unless you tried the orb. Then once you realize it don't work, then you can say, all right, let me get in when the professionals are getting in. 9:45 is the earliest I will get into anything. I have been taking a lot of trades at 10:30 these days because that reversal period has been phenomenal. All right. All right, we'll look at one more stock. One more stock, one more time frame. And before we even do that, guys, some of the biggest winners today, who were the biggest winners? Some of the biggest winners today, guys, were, well, some of the biggest losers. Did you guys see Dix today? Jeez Louise. Dix was down 27%. If you wanted to trade Dix today, look at this chart. This was the easiest chart to trade in history. Look at this chart. I bet you some of y'all was going long. It's down 27%. It's got to go back up. Got ripped. You got ripped to shreds trying to go long. What is that VWAP telling you? It's telling you ain't nobody buying but you. That's Dick's chart, guys. It ain't a green candle all day. Oh, my fault. There was 2 green candles. And you know when it happened? Between 12 and 2. All the green candles happened between 12 and 2. But that was the easiest short in history. If you tried to trade the opening breakout, the opening range, let's say you wanted to trade something like Dix. You see the negative news. You don't know if people are actually going to buy it. You pull up a 5-minute chart. You draw a box around the 5 minutes. So you're going to draw a box around here. You're going to draw a box around here. That's around the 5-minute chart. It breaks out of that range. You got 3 candles. It's off to the races, guys. Off to the races once you broke that range. Bye-bye. Gone. Down to the downside. Very, very easy trade. All right. All right. Let's look at what else y'all want to look at? Let's look at Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia since Nvidia has its earnings. This is the last stock. We're going to look at Nvidia 3 different ways. As an investment, guys, if you're trying to short Nvidia, you are out of your freaking mind. Watch this, guys. If you wanted to buy Nvidia as an investment, Nvidia doesn't even give you a chance to buy it at the 200-week moving average. It don't even give you a chance. But when it did get down there, guys, I hope you guys bought it up. Y'all know the last time Nvidia hit its 200-week moving average? Y'all know the last time it hit it? In 2022. If you had bought Nvidia at the Yellow Brick Road back in 2022, when it hit its Yellow Brick Road, I'm about to blow you guys' minds. If you had bought it there at the Yellow Brick Road, do y'all know that you would have made, check this out, guys, if you had bought it when the last time it hit its Yellow Brick Road, you would be up, get this number, guys, 1,853%. That's right. 1,800. I can't even find the percent sign. Where's that mug? 1,853% on one of the top 5 companies on the planet at the time. It was one of the 5 largest companies on the planet when it hit the 200-week moving average back in 2022. No-brainer investment. If you had bought it, you'll be up almost 2,000% today. That's like 500% on average a year. Not 5%, guys, not 50%, 500. But Nvidia doesn't give you a chance. Now, does it give you a chance at the 200-day? It does. And you know what? Y'all don't even take a shot at it. Now you see on the charts, it only gave you one chance in 4 years to buy it at the 200-week. So the next best thing is the 200-day. And you know what? Y'all still don't buy it. So if I can't get you guys to buy it at the 200-day moving average, you just don't want to buy Nvidia. That's just my opinion. Like, you don't want to buy the best company on the planet when it hits its 200-day moving average. Well, when else are you going to buy the best company on the planet? Oh, when it hits its all-time highs. You guys are going to wait until it's already at its all-time highs to buy it. Look at all of these opportunities. And I know you guys are like, hold up, Joe. It just hit it just recently. I'm like, yeah. It hit the 200-day moving average on July the 28th. It hit its 200-day moving average on July the 28th. Did any of y'all buy? Nope. So if you don't trust the best company on the planet, who you gonna trust? Who you gonna trust? You actually gotta ask yourself that in the mirror. If I can't even buy the best company on the planet when it hits its moving averages, when all the professionals are buying it, and it's the #1 company on earth, then when else are you gonna buy? If you had done that, guys, you would have had a nice little 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You would have had a nice 2-week move to the upside. But now you want to buy it? Now you want to buy it? It's going down now for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Where were you on July the 28th? I know where I was in 2022 because I actually bought some NVIDIA back here when it touched the 200-week moving average. So if you missed your opportunity to buy it at the 200-day, then guess what, guys? You got the 100-day. Did you buy it at the 100-day? Did you buy NVIDIA at the 100-day? Let me ask. Probably not. Where are we right now? At the 100-day. If you had bought it yesterday when it hit the 100-day moving average, you could have taken profit today. This was now listen, this move right here caught a lot of people off by surprise. From 9:30 to 10:30, that was the only move. 9:30 to about 10:30. Oh, but then you had the 10:30 reversal. Remember how I told you guys the market or stocks reverse their moves at 10:30? Guess what? It broke this trend line. Y'all know what time it broke this trend line? 10:20. 10:25, it starts to go below the trend line, the VWAP. 10:30, a full-on reversal has happened. The 10:30 reversal is real. I keep telling you guys this over and over again. Then it went down in price. Now, would I have taken a shot at it to the upside? I would if the RSI would have gone oversold, but it didn't. The RSI did not go oversold today. So you could have taken a shot. Let's say you're taking a shot. This is how you take a shot, guys. If I see the VWAP way up there, I'm going to just draw a trend line right there. If I buy it here, I'm going to get out when we get to this VWAP right here. I'm out of this trade. That would have been a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45-minute counter trend. I'm out of this trade. I'm chilling till 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock comes. 2 o'clock comes. I take a shot at it. You see everybody bought it at the VWAP right here. It bounced. It bounced. It bounced. It gave you a nice little 20-minute move, dropped again, dropped to the VWAP. Then it gave you a nice little rip into the close. By then, the VWAP is angled up, increases your luck to the upside. All right, hope you guys are getting this. Hope you guys are getting this. All right, I gotta go. 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 All right, I do want to give a shout out to Zano, Caffrey, Christ Center, C Spooner, Teresa Clark, Alfred, Jad 260, and Jennifer Benjamin, Buckner Fly, Oddberry, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you guys for helping me out with my, what are these? My little hat and mustache. I got 9. I work real hard for these 9. I done gave y'all $1 million strategies for $9 worth of hats. I need those $9, guys. You know how much it costs to go to the golf course? Air day. Thank you guys for the support, though. I got to get out of here. It's just jokes. Don't get offended by nothing I say. Y'all be getting so offended. So thin-skinned. All right. We're here to get educated. I provide the jokes and the entertainment to keep you guys entertained. For how long did we go today? For 2 hours? Y'all know how hard it is to entertain you TikTokers for 2 hours? It's like being at the Apollo. You guys are not an easy bunch to entertain. But I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Peace out. Excellent trading, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.